Hey, so what do you think about that quote that there is not one thing that will make you live longer? Longevity is based on how you live your life every day. What do you think about that quote? As I put on my speaker's blend of oils and on my throat. Good morning, everybody. Today's masterclass is about this chimney sweep. Now, hiring a chimney sweep right now probably is not on your mind. I don't know, it's not on mine. But you know that blowing a kiss to a chimney sweep, nod to Mary Poppins, right? It brings you good luck. Yes, Mary Poppins fans. But if I was going to say, it also helps you have clear skin, shiny hair, less bloating, better poops, better mood control, better energy, better legacy of health to pass to your children through the study of epigenetics. Dare I say, even a better immune system to fight off whatever global health threat is coming your way. That would be a little out of hand to say. Yes, would you say? Well, we're going to dig into that today because actually, let me share so we can keep this on here. I'm going to have another quote to share with you guys. It's going to make you think as well. So let's keep this in check. And today, if you want all of the written guide from today's masterclass, including my cleanse tracker and access to our support group that starts in May, you can comment below. You can share that information below here. If you are joining us on Instagram, come join us over on 3 Life Essentials on our Facebook page so you can get all of this goodness as well and get access to our support group with this. But in this special edition Global Health Threat Masterclass, you're going to learn how to clean your own chimney and get the health that you've always wanted. So if you're watching on the recording, on the replay, give me some hearts, give me some likes. I need to be able to feel your love through the computer screen, through the mobile device, across the Wi-Fi, across the data. It helps us kind of engage as a community. And I have a gift for those of you. If you want that reset tracking tool that we have and access to our private support group, just share that in the below. Share with me below, reset, and I'll make sure you get those. I was so excited to share our tools for my mom last week with some of our viewers. It meant a lot to me, and so I hope it means a lot to you for me to give something that's so precious to me. And but I thank you guys so much for joining me today. My name is Amy Miller, and I help fellow speech language pathologists and other healthcare professionals set their practices apart by providing some natural and effective solutions and tools that enhance the impact that they're already making on their patients' lives so that they can begin to see satisfied patients meeting goals much more quickly. And my husband, Jim, and I are passionate about helping others feel better naturally. We're not just wellness advocates, we're advocates for change. And this is Free Friday. And this is our special exclusive masterclass on Fridays so that we can experience life more fully, and especially during times like this. And those of you joining me if you're joining on Instagram, come join us over on our Facebook page at 3 Life Essentials so you can get more of this goodness here. You guys are in the cheap seats over there. But as a woman in the know, I know that you've started to realize that every day you're encountering toxins in the food that you eat and the drinks that you drink and the products that you use to clean and to cook, even the very air you breathe. Maybe even some of the products you clean and cook with aren't even on the shelves anymore, right? That's why I'm so glad to shop from home. Because, and I know so many of you, those of you who are in our Essential Life tribe, you love being able to shop from home now more than ever. But because I know that you care about your kids and your family, you want to know more about what you can do, because this is about, if you think that you're just waiting for the time for things to return back to normal, it's not. There is going to be a normal that returns, but it's not going to be the normal you had before. And now is the time to be thinking about prioritizing differently. Things that maybe that were a high priority before, they're not as high of a priority right now. And maybe you're waiting to get things to just rush back and get back to normal, but maybe it's time to reevaluate and really think about those things that really are a high priority. Is it your physical health? Is it your financial health? I'm going to be addressing some of those things over on our Instagram page over the next few days and weeks, but including ways to help expand our financial health. But today we're talking about our physical health, which, if it hasn't been a high priority in the past, maybe it's time to reevaluate and think about it being a high priority now. Because if those chimneys in your body aren't flowing properly, then toxins that we're exposed to, they get caught. They're not leaving your body. And the results may start off as maybe nagging health issues like lapses in memory, or a short temper, or trouble getting to sleep, or maybe trouble just staying asleep, or it might be more blemished skin. But over time, those results get devastating. Those results turn into actual diagnoses that are lifelong. And over a decade ago, I had a negative medical diagnosis, and it sent me on a health search that taught me how to begin questioning everything about the way that I looked at my body and the way I treated my body. And today, using years of research, I've been able to help people reset their chimneys, improving their personal health and rewriting their futures. And so today, we're going to do just that. And I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing. So let me see here. Let me pull up some notes here. It's about to get real here. So if you are not ready for real, then you might want to jump off here. But I'm going to throw a little bomb at you that you are responsible for your health. It is not the government that is responsible for your health. It is not the your neighbor down the street, or your spouse, or your parent, or your child, or your healthcare professional. It's you. You are responsible for your health. And so we're going to talk about ways that we can not only that we cannot see that as a burden, but we can see that as a joy to be able to steward our bodies well. Okay, so let me know if this is resonating at all with you. Share with me in the comments, even if you're watching on the recording or on the replay. Tell me if this is resonating with you. Now I'm going to share my screen with you, and we'll see how this works. Okay, let's see. Let me pull this off here and see if I can. Make sure I can show this in the stream. All right, let's see. It's not pulling it up, it's blank. Okay, hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here. We're going to remove this source here for just a minute, and I'll see if I can share it with you guys this way. Here we go. La la la. Okay. I think you guys will be able to see this. Okay, can you see this okay? I'm going to bump this here so the other way around so you guys can see. And as I share this here with you, I'm going to do, all right. There we go. There we go. So this is an area that we are passionate about, and we're going to talk about this reset. It is needed to do a reset of those chimneys, cleaning out those toxins, really every 3 to 4 months, because we get off track and we get exposed to those toxins and they build up, and we need to give our bodies time to push that reset button. And why is one important? Well, If you haven't thought about it being important now, before now is the time. Many of us have this thought of how can we stay healthy? How can we remain healthy? It's never been more ever present on our minds. And I'm going to share with you tools and resources that not only help your physical state, but they're also doing something to invest in yourself, self-care. And it really does change your perspective when you invest in yourself only for you. You can't invest in yourself if you can't do that. How can you expect yourself to be there when it counts for your family? So right now, as you're reprioritizing, if you're saying family is the most important, well, that's awesome. But if you're not investing in yourself, you can't be there for your family when it counts. You won't be there. And if you be there, if you're there, you're not there in a productive way. Or if you say that financial health is a priority for you right now, well, if you can't invest in yourself, in your physical health and your well-being right now, then you also won't be there to enjoy that financial health. So there's priorities and balances. So there's quick fixes for energy, right? There's quick fixes for weight loss. There's quick fixes for lots of things, but this is a long-term fix, paying dividends into the future. And we get into ruts, right? We see our body reacting to pollen. We see our body reacting to the seasons and the changes in seasons, right? Or we're feeling more sluggish. We're seeing our bodies reacting when our lungs are not healthy and how they react when they're exposed to certain health threats. We see that. And so we want to do something different. Now, this is a picture of my family and it's a few years old, but I wanted to show this to you because, first of all, aren't those cuties in the middle? Aren't they just adorable? Our family has been doing this reset as an entire family since this time, since these boys were this small. We have been doing this reset. So this is something that you can do as an entire family, young and old, can do this together. And now I do want to say, and we have seen over and over how it has helped our mental clarity, our sleep habits, our quality of sleep, our digestion, the regularity, our ability to fend off the threats that come our way. And so I want to share with you that it's not something that's out there for someone else. You can also have this too. Now, I will say I'm not a doctor, and I don't pretend to be a doctor. I don't play one on TV, but I do have a health background and a healthcare background, and I do have a science mind that researches a lot of things. And your body is not broken. It is intelligent. It knows how to return to its healthy state when cells are cleansed of toxins. And healthy cells lead to healthy tissues, lead to healthy tissues, lead to healthy organs. Healthy organs lead to good health. So be attentive to your body's signals, and you will be the best person to know what your body needs. So is it time for a reset of that chimney sweep? Is it time to bring the chimney sweep in? I think maybe you know the answer to that. So are all cleanses created equal? No. And I'm going to share with you some things to do, and we're going to share how a cleanse work and what to expect. So how many of you have experienced some of these things in your body over the last 3 months? If you're joining on Instagram, you're going to want to join us over here on Facebook because you won't be able to see some of these. But what are some of these things? How many of you have seen some of these things in your body? Share with me in the comments. Where have you seen some of these things in your body? If you want to screenshot these, actually, I just realized some of those are kind of the ending of that, cravings for sweet things or grains. If you answered yes to 4 or more of these, I want you to make a mental note of how many of these. If you answered 4 or more to these, sometimes you think you're sick when in reality your body is trying to eliminate toxins through different systems, and some of those symptoms are just a side effect of that. And so that's why you're seeing some of those things. But are all cleanses created equal? No. How many of you have done a cleanse before or you're like, I'm scared of doing a cleanse. I've heard of other people doing them and I'm scared of it. I hear you. Just like essential oils are not all created equal, all cleanses are not created equal. I will tell you, about 10 years ago, I did my first cleanse when I was trying to lose some baby weight, and I drank awful tasting drinks. And when I was starving, I was told I could eat a handful of almonds or half an apple. I lost 7 pounds in 3 days, and then they were back in the next week. I was miserable. I was hangry all the time. This kind of a cleanse starves you, and it stirs up toxins, and you might see some temporary weight loss. And rapid weight loss, though, can slow your metabolism, deprive your body of nutrients. It can weaken your immune system. Again, that's not something we want right now. And so a good cleanse will help cleanse your cleansing organs. They'll create good, sustainable habits over time. So just briefly, let's talk about this toxic load that's been on us. So in general, a toxin is any substance that causes harm to the body. And a toxic load kind of refers to the accumulation of all of those toxins affecting your body at any different time. And it places a burden on your body systems and your organs. But to be honest, we can't avoid them, right? We can't avoid them altogether. We live, we eat, we breathe toxins, substances every day. And from bacteria to processed foods to food preservatives, food additives, artificial sweeteners, cigarette smoke, pesticides, cleaning products, air fresheners, carpet VOCs. I mean, the list goes on, right? And for the most part, our body can handle some of those things. Hey, Jennifer, if you're joining me on Instagram, come join me over. You're in the cheap seat, so come join me over on 3 Life Essentials on our Facebook so you can see all the goodness here. But what does your body do with those toxins? Now, your body can deal with those in a number of ways, right? But some of the 3 most vulnerable areas to exposure are the lungs. And any of you who have been connected to the news lately, the lungs are a big deal. The lungs need to be healthy, right? The lungs, the digestive tract, and your skin due to more direct exposure. So toxins can be ingested through the food we eat. In fact, we absorb up to 60% of what we put on our skin, and children's bodies absorb 40 to 50% even more than adults. So they are way higher at risk for diseases later in life when they're exposed to toxins. They're later in life, things like skin allergies, learning disabilities, birth defects, infertility, all those kinds of things. And there are a list of ingredients that you want to avoid. But one example of how the body protects itself involves the lungs. And the lungs, how many of you deal with a lung issue with yourself or in your family? Maybe somebody deals with asthma or COPD or reactive airway or whatever it is with the lungs, cystic fibrosis. One example, those are very delicate tissues that can be affected by germs, by smoke, by dust, other harmful substances that we breathe in. And in order to protect that very susceptible tissue, the nose and the mouth and the throat are lined with a thick mucous membrane to help trap those foreign particles, right? And there are special immune cells that also present within the lung tissue to destroy things that may get past that. Okay? But what about excess toxins? What about when we're exposed to so many toxins that our body is having trouble keeping up? Well, first it goes through the liver. And if the liver is overloaded, then it can handle the body. It will store those excess toxins in our fat cells. And that's how we also deal with difficulty releasing weight. And if our liver is overloaded and our kidneys are overloaded, then that comes out in skin and lung issues. So who knew that if you were dealing with skin issues over and over, or lung issues, or trying to keep your lungs healthy, that you need to start with a cleanse? Who knew that? Who knew that you needed to reset the button? So many of our toxins are fat soluble, and the body has to deal with those, and the liver plays a huge role in that. And so our fat cells need to do a detox too. And you guys may have seen this before. I've got mine right here too. Look, it's a copy. When we can develop a lifestyle of wellness. So if we go back to, let me see if I can show this here in my stream again. If we go back to this, where there's not one thing that will make you live longer, longevity is based on how you live your everyday life, then let's look at, let me see if I can get this back here, maybe. Then let's get back to looking at developing a lifestyle of wellness that incorporates three main areas: our spiritual well-being, our lifestyle, and our healthcare choices. So when we combine all of these building blocks, then each aspect builds on each other. And our focus today is going to be on reducing that toxic load. So if we can, number one, what can we stop doing, right? What can we avoid? What can we start doing? And then let's go back to such and such grade with my boys, and we'll talk about poop too, supporting our elimination functions. So why all of this? Why? Why do we want to avoid toxic exposure? Well, when we cleanse regularly, each time you're developing new habits that you can begin to incorporate after the cleanse is over. You find yourself shifting in new ways that you can better prepare the next time. And when you're choosing organic foods, or when you're finding out the ingredients of a personal care product that you buy or use, you can drinking lots of water so that you're cleansing your body more regularly. Like I've got in my water today, I've got oils in my water today, so I'm cleaning out my liver. All those things help our body so that when we are exposed, that our body is ready for it. It's ready to fight. You guys, or even if we are mindful of how we care for our skin, we can be mindful about the products that we're putting on our skin. doTERRA happens to have an entire line of skin, hair, and body care that we that can help avoid those harsh chemicals. And they're simple, but they're yet impactful choices in our everyday life. Or you can even DIY it. I actually make a lot of my own personal and cleaning products: deodorant, laundry soap, foaming hand soap, cleaning spray, soft scrub, beard oil. And so there's great recipes out there. And when you get connected with our support group, you have access to some of those things so that you can do the same thing. So what can we stop doing? What can we avoid? What can we start doing? Well, one thing that you can do is you can do something like Whole30. Now, that's something that we will be offering as part of our private support group next month. And I'll share with you more information about that at the end. But develop it on science and food groups that many people have sensitivities to. This is an elimination diet that you can avoid sugar, alcohol, grains, dairy, legumes. And it's really about breaking bad habits to cycle that addiction. And it's only for 30 days. You can do anything hard for 30 days, right? We've been quarantined for a while. We can do anything hard for 30 days. And the cool thing about Whole30 is you get to focus on what you can have. You can have coffee, eggs, meat, veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, all whole foods. And you're going to feel actually very satisfied when you're doing Whole30. You're not going to feel like you need to snack all day. It's not about deprivation. You get to eat until you're full. Yay! So in that support group, if you choose to do Whole30 along with us, we'll be giving you guides, recipes, access to our recipe app. And then at the end, there's a reintroductory phase where we also provide you with recipes and things so that you can know how to reintroduce and come back into your life after that's over. So the other option is cleansing at the cellular level. And if you don't get rid of that gunk that is built up over time, you're constantly fighting those vicious cycles of yeast overgrowth, bacteria overgrowth. And so the first phase of that is activating. And you're basically activating your cleansing organs, your kidney, your liver, because your body's trying to detox, but these oils help your organs do what your body's designed it to. And so this helps your body set you up for the next phase. And then the second phase is called reset. Okay. Hence that's why our support group is called Reset, because you're really getting to like click and push on the button, click reset, and start over. So, hey, if you're just joining me on Instagram, you guys are in the cheap seats. Come join us over here on Facebook at 3 Life Essentials so you can actually see all these goodies and you can actually grab our free tools and resources for this. So, but when you, so that reset, this is the time where you're actually pulling out the weeds, right? And pulling out the bad bacteria, the yeast overgrowth and things like that. And it sets you up for that third and final phase, which is called renew. And this is when you're putting all the good stuff back in your body. Lots of good probiotics. You're taking a blend of oils called DDR Prime. That's a powerhouse blend of oils designed to renew and rebuild your cells. And this is what helps us when we have those health threats come around. This is what helps us fight strong. And so now when you couple that with the Whole30, so you really do feel amazing at the end. And oh, before I forget, how do you take that many pills? I'm going to show you. We're going to show you all the hacks and how to take the mindset shift, because you're going to take pills in your life. You might as well be investing them in now. You're going to take that many pills at some point in your life. So don't overthink it. Just do it. Okay. You're worth the investment. So we can start with resetting our food intake. And you can do Whole30 only. You can do a 30-day cleanse and restore with your essential oils, or you can do both. And those 30 days are going to entail us supporting you with a Whole30 eating plan. This has been around for about 10 years now, and we're going to go more in detail in our private group. And by the way, as I mentioned, this private support group is free to you. And we're going to be showing you how to do this. We'll also give you an option for a deep cleanse with doTERRA's Cleanse and Restore Kit. Many of you in our Essential Life Tribe, you already have some of these tools. And so maybe you just need to add to a little bit, but you are going to need to set yourself up with those tools ahead of time. So that's why I'm telling you about it now. It's super high quality supplements and really helpful in gently getting rid of those toxins. And those two together, we have amazing testimonies from it. You're going to see them for yourself when you choose to do those together. So I'm not going to go through all of these here today, but you are what you eat. Okay. Have you heard that term before? Well, I'm going to argue that statement, and I'm going to say you are what you absorb and what you don't eliminate. And that might be a scary thought to some of you as you're thinking about what you're absorbing and what you're not eliminating. And so that's why we need that main chimney of our body and our kidneys and our colon. We need those doing what they're supposed to be doing. So Bert is here giving us his dance from Mary Poppins. This is always a good image for me to remind me that I need a good chimney sweep every once in a while, right? I want you to start somewhere. My hope is that everyone watching today is going to walk away confident that you're going to start somewhere. Now, don't forget that inside our reset group, we're going to give you more resources and details, whether you're choosing to do Whole30 along with us or the cleanse or both. But we're going to be providing example recipes, our Plan to Eat app and program, giveaways to make it fun and cheer you on. We'll be providing weekly Facebook Lives to answer questions and walk you through each week and celebrate with you as you finish strong on May 30th. Now, I'm going to leave you with another quote here, because I want you to see this here as well. It says, I think we live in a culture that relentlessly pursues comfort. Yes, I know I do. Ease is related to disease. We shouldn't always be fleeing hardship. Hardship also brings people together, and we should welcome it. Thank you, Dan Butner, for sharing that quote on Dr. Caroline Leaf's podcast recently. I couldn't agree more. We have a tendency to always flee hardship. And if you haven't noticed yet over the last 30 days, hardship brings people together in community in ways that that we haven't seen before. And if you haven't seen people coming together, then maybe you're the missing piece of bringing people together. But we should welcome this. So you're going to want to order your Cleanse and Restore kit 2 weeks before our guided cleanse, which starts May 1st. So you're going to want to have time to do that. And this is also, if you don't already, those of you who are inside our Essential Life Tribe, you're already getting that at a discount. And but if you are new, then this will also include your wholesale access pass so that you can purchase additional oils, supplements, self-care products throughout the year at a 25% discount. So I'm about to sign off here, but our next live masterclass will be in May. And those of you who are a part of our Essential Life Tribe, our online oil camps are back here in April. Yes. These exclusive online 10-day camps we provide exclusively free to you. You get small group video coaching from our coaches, as well as our community and prizes. So if you want more info about oil camps 1 and 2, starting back up on April 20th, just type in the comments oil camp below, and I will share those with you and make sure you get all the details. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I think it's time for a chimney sweep. What do you think? Yes. Yes. Let me know how you're taking action. I love to reward those who take action on what you're doing. And let's set our bodies up and invest in ourselves, invest in our physical health so that we're ready to hit that reset button and our body is ready and more resilient to stay there for our financial health that we experience and to stay there long term for our family. You guys, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.